If you're dreaming of Japan, but hoping to escape the usual crowds, this video is for you. Osaka is often known for its vibrant street food and lively energy, but it's also the perfect hub for exploring calmer, lesser-known places nearby. Whether you're looking for a peaceful day trip or a few slow days to reset before heading to Tokyo, these destinations offer a softer side of Japan. Before we dive in, I want to quickly highlight two honorable mentions: Kyoto and Nara. They're two of the most popular stops for first-time visitors to Japan, and for good reason. With the blend of traditional culture, historic townscapes, and of course, the deer, these places offer something really special. They are absolutely worth visiting, especially if it's your first time in Japan. Both are also incredibly accessible from Osaka. You can get to Kyoto in under 30 minutes and to Nara in just under an hour. Even nearby Kobe is only about 20 to 30 minutes from Osaka Station. This is why I often recommend staying near Osaka Station if you're short on time. It makes for an easy, convenient home base in the Kansai region and lets you explore without needing to move your luggage from hotel to hotel. But if you're craving places with fewer tourists and more space to slow down, the next 4 spots are ones I personally recommend. The first place I recommend makes for a perfect day trip from Osaka: Mikimoto Pearl Island. I first discovered it after watching a video about the Ama, Japan's legendary female free divers. Mikimoto is one of the few places in Japan where you can still see a traditional Ama do a diving demonstration. And that instantly caught my attention. The train ride from Tsuruhashi Station in Osaka to Toba Station takes about an hour and a half, just long enough to relax and enjoy the beautiful countryside views along the way. From Toba Station, you'll take a dreamy walk along the coastline to the island. On the way, you'll pass boats floating in clear blue water and see charming seaside art installations, many of them referencing the island's deep connection to pearls. The island itself is small, and the main attraction is the Mikimoto Pearl Island Museum, which guides you through the history of pearl cultivation, the life of Mikimoto Kokichi, and the science behind how cultured pearls are made. There's also a restaurant on site where you can grab a bite before heading out to watch the Ama diver demonstration. I really enjoyed my time here. It was peaceful, spacious, and such a refreshing break from Osaka's lively city energy. If you're curious about planning a visit, I have a full travel guide on my blog. And you can also watch my vlog to see more of how I spent the day here. I'll leave both links in the video description. Next on the list is Wakayama, a place you can visit as a day trip from Osaka or stay longer if you want to explore deeper. From peaceful temples to lush farmlands, mountains, and coastal views, Wakayama offers a slower, more meaningful side of Japan that really surprised me. Depending on your route, it's only about an hour to an hour and a half from Osaka. If you're doing a day trip, I recommend spending time in Wakayama City. A highlight for me was the Wakayama Castle grounds, home to a serene Japanese garden and the historic castle itself, once a key Tokugawa clan stronghold. You can go inside for a small fee to see a collection of artifacts and the panoramic view from the top. Another favorite was Kimidera Temple. What stood out here was how accessible it was. Elevators reached nearly every part of the grounds, and a tram was available for wheelchair users. That's rare in Japan, and it makes the atmosphere and sweeping views of the city and ocean all the more special. Wakayama is famous for its spiritual landmarks, especially Koyasan, often called Japan's spiritual heartland. It's high on my next places to visit list, and if you've been, I'd love to hear about your experience in the comments. If you're planning to visit Koyasan or anywhere outside Wakayama City, I recommend staying at least a night or two. The prefecture is huge, and while buses and trains are available, service in these areas tend to be more infrequent, so renting a car is recommended. This is why one of my favorite ways to experience the countryside was the Wakayama Electric Railway's Kishigawa line. It's a 35-minute ride through farmland on charming themed trains, including the Tama cat train. The train is named after Tama, the real-life cat who served as station master at Kishi Station. Riding the Tama cat train is a highlight, but the whole line makes for a fun, easy way to see the countryside. You can hop on and off at different stops or simply enjoy the ride and the scenery. Before you leave, stop by the omiyage shops in Wakayama Station. The prefecture is known for its farms, so you'll find plenty of locally made snacks and seasonal fruit gifts you can only get here. Whether you're drawn to its spiritual sites, local food, or just want a quieter alternative to the usual Kansai cities, Wakayama is a wonderful place to slow down and explore. If you're looking for a quieter stay but still want that rich cultural feel and classic Japanese atmosphere, these next two stops are perfect to add before or after your time in Osaka. First up is Fukui, a place that truly surprised me. It has that quiet, cultural feel you might be craving, but what stood out most was how modern and design-focused everything felt from the moment I stepped off the train. Fukui is known for its craftsmanship and for finding thoughtful ways to bring tradition into the modern world. There's a sense of care and intentionality here, in the architecture, the public spaces, and even the way the city welcomes you. Depending on your route, it takes about 2 to 3 hours to reach Fukui from Osaka Station. If you plan to visit, I recommend staying at least 1 or 2 nights, especially if you're relying on public transportation. I especially recommend visiting Fukui if you're interested in traditional Japanese crafts. The region has perfected them over centuries, and you'll notice how these time-honored techniques are still used today, both in traditional ways and in creative, modern forms. If you're curious to learn more about the history and techniques behind the crafts, I'd suggest booking a tour that includes transportation and a local guide. It's the most efficient way to visit multiple artisan villages, especially since they're spread across the region. But if tours aren't your thing, you can also choose 1 or 2 villages that interest you most. For me, I've always loved Japanese pottery, so visiting the Echizen Pottery Village was a no-brainer. There, you'll find museums and shops featuring work from local artists. I loved wandering through the area and seeing the unique styles and glazes on display. Another highlight was visiting Sabae City, which, fun fact, produces over 90% of all Japanese optical frames. While there's not a long list of attractions in Sabae, I had so much fun strolling through the town and spotting all the eyeglass motifs and design installations hidden throughout. I even noticed that a lot of made-in-Japan eyeglass frames from international brands are actually produced in Sabae. Something fun to look out for when shopping for your souvenirs in Japan. In addition to crafts, Fukui is also known for something unexpected: dinosaurs. Around the main station, you'll find dinosaur statues, footprints, and even animatronics. And that's because about 80% of Japan's dinosaur fossils were discovered in Fukui. All in all, Fukui is a fantastic stop if you want to explore Japanese culture, design, and history without the crowds. Another stop worth considering for a calmer Japan experience is Kanazawa, a city known for gold, rich culture, and its beautifully preserved samurai heritage. From Osaka, you can reach Kanazawa in just a little over 2 hours by Shinkansen. It's also conveniently connected to Tokyo and Kyoto, making it an easy addition to most Japan itineraries. Getting around is simple. The Kanazawa Loop bus runs every 15 minutes and stops at all the major sites, with an inexpensive one-day pass available, which you can pick up at the station. Some highlights for me include the Higashichaya district, the largest and best preserved of Kanazawa's historic tea house quarters. I also loved wandering the Nakamachi Samurai district, with its narrow lanes and restored residences which you can step inside. Another must-visit is the Kenroku-in Garden, one of Japan's 3 most celebrated landscape gardens. Just across the way, you'll also find the Kanazawa Castle grounds, where you can walk through expansive lawns and reconstructed gates that give you a sense of the city's feudal past. What also makes Kanazawa memorable is the way history and modern creativity sit side by side. The 21st Century Museum of Contemporary Art is a perfect example of this, with it being located so close to the castle grounds. Inside, you'll find rotating exhibitions by world-renowned artists. And outside, the circular building and surrounding installations make the space itself feel like part of the art. If you wander a little further, you'll also come across beautifully designed shops and cafes. It's the kind of area where you can take your time, browsing slowly and enjoying the details of the city's creative side. Kanazawa has this rare balance. You can stand in a samurai alley one moment and step into cutting-edge art the next. It's a city that invites you to wander slowly, noticing how past and present meet in ways that feel both natural and inspiring. And if you'd like more details, I have a full 2-day Kanazawa vlog and itinerary guide on my YouTube channel and blog. You'll find both linked in the description below to help you plan your trip. If you're wondering how to fit Fukui and Kanazawa into a larger Japan itinerary, here's one option I recommend. Start your trip by flying into Tokyo and spending a few days there. From Tokyo, head to the Kansai region, places like Osaka and Kyoto, and then add on a stop in Fukui or Kanazawa before circling back to Tokyo for your final days. That way, you can do any last-minute souvenir shopping and cover anything you may have missed during your first Tokyo leg. Of course, there are endless variations depending on your timing and interests, but this is one easy flow to keep in mind. If you're dreaming of Japan, I recommend spending a few days in a lesser-known area before returning to the familiar. It might take a little more effort, but slowing down in these quieter corners lets you absorb the culture in ways the big cities can't always offer. Whether it's your first solo trip or simply a chance to travel at a gentler pace, I hope this video inspires you to wander slowly and let Japan unfold in unexpected ways. And if you'd like to see more of what it's like to visit each place, I'll link my full guides and videos in the description below. Until next time.